Hello everyone, my name is Sumitra Swai. I welcome you all to the UNC Digital classes. We are studying Introduction to Business, and in today's class we are going to start a new chapter, that is your sole proprietorship. So first we will understand the meaning of sole proprietorship. So basically sole proprietorship is a combination of two words, that is your sole plus proprietorship. So the word sole means single or individual and proprietorship means your ownership. So if we will combine these two words, that is your sole and proprietorship, then we will find a meaning, that is your sole proprietorship is a business where there is only a single owner. Okay. The legal business activity which is owned and controlled by individual is called as your sole proprietorship. So the business must be legal, means the court must allow the business. It is not something illegal, means the court is not giving permission to deal with or to start business with. So the business activity must be legal, and that business activity is to be owned and controlled by only a single or individual owner. Then only we can call the business that it is a sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is a type of business unit where only one person is solely responsible for providing the capital, for bearing the risk, and for management of the business. So as there is only one owner and the owner will contribute all the capital to the organization, it will bear all the risk, and also it will manage the whole business individually. Now we will discuss about what are the different features or different characteristics of a sole proprietorship. First is your single ownership. So as the name itself suggests that the proprietorship or ownership is single-handed or sole or individually, so the basic characteristics will be it is only of a individual owner. If there will be more than one person, then it cannot be called as your sole proprietorship. It can be your partnership, or we can say that it will be a joint stock company, or basically which we call as a company. So for sole proprietorship, it is written that only one will be the owner of business, no other person will be involved as an owner. Next is easy formation. As there is only involvement of only one person, that's why we can say that there will be no further formalities. Okay, so there is no complexity in the formation of any sole proprietorship. The formation of sole proprietorship is very easy. There are very few documents. Sometimes actually there is no document also. You can consider any example that is nearby your home. Okay, so one person who is willing to start his own business, he can open any shop. That can be a book stall, that can be a food stall, that can be anything that is a very small size in nature, and he can individually start his own venture or own shop. Okay, so every small shop or that particular venture where a single person is handling everything, that you can take as a sole proprietorship business. Next is your direct relationship with the business. So if the owner is directly connected with the business, or he is the only one person who is going to run the business, then we can say that the owner himself has to involve means very closely with the organization. Okay, so owner always involved with the activity of single ownership business. That is why owner has direct relationship with business, because he have to buy the raw material, he have to sell them, he have to interact with the customer. Maybe he can keep any assistant, or we can say any helper, but even he have to keep an eye on that servant, or on that client or the assistant. Okay. Next is your investment of low capital. As we are saying that only one person is going to start that venture, so we can say that basically sole proprietorship involves low capital investment as compared to partnership and the companies. Sole proprietorship involves very less amount as a capital. The next characteristics of sole proprietorship is self management. each and every task of that particular business will be conducted by the owner, because he is the only manager, he is the only owner, and we can say he is the everything for that organization or that business. Okay, so every task, every purchase activity, every sales activity, every human interaction activity, everything is going to be conducted by the owner, and he is there to deal with everything. Okay, next is your government regulation. Government has a very little, or sometime we can say that there is no rule or regulation about sole proprietorship. If you will mark the nearby shops, only government interfere 2-3 things where you will have to show that the, we can say that the business is not breaking any rules, and again we can say that the business activity is very much legal, it is not doing something that is forbidden by the law, or the court is not giving permission to act upon that. Okay, so if all these basic things are okay, then we can say that in sole proprietorship government generally doesn't interfere actually. Okay, then the next is your no legal entity. Sole proprietorship has no legal identity separate from that of its owner. So if we will talk about that owner, ultimately we will talk about the business, and if we are talking about the business, ultimately it will also refer to that particular person who is the owner of that organization. So there is no proper registration of sole proprietorship forms in very genuine sense, and we can say that there is no legal entity also. The next is your unlimited liability. As we are saying that the businessman or the owner is itself managing everything, so if there will be loss, if there will be any risk, if there will be any liability, all the debt are to be covered only from the sole proprietorship's owner. Means the owner have to bear all the liability or all the debt he has taken from he has taken for the operation of the organization. Okay. So we can say that the liability is very much unlimited, because there is no one to share your part of liability, and we cannot say that on my behalf that particular person is going to pay you this or that, because he is not your partner, he is not any of your shareholders or no one. You are sole proprietor, or you are solely responsible for every activity or every transaction of your organization. So if you are taking loan, or if you are taking anything from any client or anyone, then you are solely responsible for all the liability part. The next feature is your no profit sharing. The sole proprietorship alone is entitled to all the profit and losses of the business. He bears the complete risk also. So we have already discussed that there is unlimited liability. Ultimately, if there will be your profit, or if we will say there will be a huge amount of revenue, ultimately you are going to take all the 100% with yourself. Okay, so there is no one who is going to share your profit, or ultimately if there will be any loss, no one is going to bear that loss. So whatever it may be your profit, it may be your loss, it may be your risk, anything, you are solely going to bear all those things. The next characteristics, which is very genuine, that is your small size of business. The scale of operation carried on by the sole proprietorship is generally very small as compared to the partnership and as compared to the companies, because the money involvement in the business is very less. Okay. So with a very less amount of money, we cannot say that we will open a very grand shop. So we can say that a sole proprietorship, we can imagine that it is operating in a very small size or very small space. Okay. So after the characteristics of your sole proprietorship firm, now we are going to discuss about the advantages of sole proprietorship firms. Means what are the benefits someone can take, or someone can take the advantages by starting a sole proprietorship firm. So the first advantages is it is very easy to formulate a sole proprietorship firm. We can say that a sole proprietorship can be set up easily and very quickly, because there is no legal formalities. We are not going to add any partners, we are not going to give a particular name as suggested by the company or anyone. We can name the business as per our want. So as there is no one to be associated there, there is no profit sharing ratio, there is no legal formalities, so we can say that sole proprietorship is very easy to formulate. Next is your optimum profit. As the sole proprietorship owner himself is running the business, we can say that he is the motivator, he is everything for that business. So if he will run his business, everything he is going to bear or everything he is going to earn only be on his behalf or on his own part. Okay, so we can say that he will work hard and every profit he will earn from that business is going to be taken only by that only single owner. Next is low tax. As the company is in a very low space, as the company's operational volume is very low as compared to the companies, that's why we can say there is a very less amount of profit which is generally exempted from the tax. Okay, so we know that every year tax slab is changing, but the tax is more than 5 lakh. So if a company is, suppose let's say if a company is earning a profit of 10 lakh, okay, in a yearly base 10 lakh, so here 10 in 10 lakh he is only going to give a tax of your only 50,000 rupees. So as compared to the partnership, or we can say as compared to the joint stock companies, in a sole proprietorship firm the tax amount is very low or less. The next advantages we can take in sole proprietorship, that is your quick decision. As you are the only manager, you are the runner of the organization, you don't need to suggest anyone, you don't need to ask someone that what decision we must take, or in which project we must invest our money, or from where we are going to buy our raw material. So everything depends only upon you. So as per your wish, as per your intellectual process, as per your decision making choice, your organization will run. So when you will set your mind to what to do, ultimately that particular decision is final, because no one is going to there to stop you. Okay, so every decision in sole proprietorship is very quick. Next is business secrecy. As you are the owner, you don't need to share any information of your business to anyone. So we, with this we can say that the secrets of our organization, the secret of our business policy, everything is going to be in a very confidential manner, or we can say that is very much private, only that will be up to us. No one can take advantages, or no one can blackmail us, or any other wrong mean they can harm us, because our privacy is very much safe with us only. The next advantages we can take from your sole proprietorship firm, that is your inexpensive management. As you are not going to hire any manager, as the operation is very much limited, as the space is very much limited, so we can say that you are the manager, you are running everything. So as per your ability to run the business will be in a very economic way. Okay, so if you will want that particular thing to happen, then it will be happen. No one can force you to buy that, or to invest in that, or to take him or her as your client or anything. If you find that very economic, then only the company's operation will be happen. So that's why we can say that it is very inexpensive. Next is independent control. As we are not depending upon any other person, it is directly, or it is 100% only on us who is going to control everything. That's why we can say that the company is on a very independent control. Okay. The next one is your flexibility in operation. So the operation is very much smooth. It is on a very easy going manner. We are not going to depend with anyone. So that's why it is very flexible. If we think to do this particular task, and after doing for 5 days or 1 week, again we thought that no, that particular task is not going to work out. So if we are changing our mind, ultimately our decision will change. So at a very fraction of second or after the very next moment, if our mindset is changed, we can stop that activity and we will work accordingly. So that's why we are saying that the operation is very easy to change. The policy, the decision are very much flexible. At the very time we decided to change that particular that manner to operate our business, we can change that. The last one is your easy resolution. Easy resolution, because if you have decided to quit that business, to end that business, then the business itself will isolated or it will be dissoluted. With this we can say that these are the advantages of sole proprietorship, which will help a person to think that why he should take a step of starting a sole proprietorship business. But there are some disadvantages also which are associated with the sole proprietorship firm. First is unlimited liability, because we have already discussed about the unlimited liability in the characteristics of sole proprietorship part. That's why we know that there is a very much huge burden on the owner's part or on his behalf, that there can be a huge or there is a very vast amount of debt he has to recover. Next is very much limited capital. As only one person is contributing capital, so we can say the amount of capital invested in that particular business is very much limited. No separate entity. The business has no particular or no registered name. If I am the owner, then I will be referred as my company or my business, and the business will mean me. Okay, so there is no particular separate entity. Next is lack of stability. There is no stability in the business. It can quit or it can be dissolved at a very moment. Okay, there is a very lack of employment opportunity, because we are saying that you are not taking anyone's help, you are not taking manager, because the operation is very in a very small size, in a very economic size. So that's why we can say that the business which provide a social facility, a very employment opportunity to other people, where somewhere in this point in sole proprietorship we can say that this opportunity is going somewhere back. Okay, so there is a very less chance or there is a very lack of employment opportunity. Then it is in a very limited size. The lack of expert management. Okay, so you are single-headedly running your business. So as per your expertise, as per your knowledge, as per your intellectual process, everything will be run. So if you will lack, or we are saying that we are not the experts, we cannot think always the best. Okay, so if there will be another person with us, then somewhere we will be very free to think. We will not take any decision on a very pressure moment, and we can also take some suggestions from others, which is actually somewhere the very better way to think for some action. Okay, so as it is only on a very particular person, so the management is not that much of expert quality. The last one is limited scope of expansion and growth. The capital is very less invested in sole proprietorship. The management quality is not that much of a good, and the size is very small. So we can say that there is a very less chance or there is a very little scope for expansion and further growth. If we are thinking to add someone as our partner, ultimately the sole proprietorship itself will dissolve and the new firm will take place, that will be a your partnership. Or if you will think to register your company, with some shareholders, then ultimately the sole proprietorship will be converted into the company. Okay, so in this way we cannot say that the sole proprietorship with a very single owner have a very vast scope for expansion and growth. So with this we have completed your sole proprietorship, its meaning, its characteristics and features, its advantages and disadvantages. I hope this video will help you to understand the basic concept and everything we covered in this slide. Thank you for watching the video and have a good day.